Hello, River City Reactor here. Well, I was just getting ready to go to bed, getting tired, and I thought, wonder what's on YouTube. And I see Samson dropped a new one a couple hours ago. I've been wondering where Samson's been the last few months. It's been a while since we've heard from him. Samson's one of my favorites. No holds barred, tells the truth, doesn't care what anyone thinks. It's always a great time. I'm sure controversial to some people, but to me, it just seems like he's telling the truth. This one's called Price Hike. And please go support Samson. I'll put his link in the description below. Go like and subscribe over to his page. He has great stuff. He doesn't seem to release it very often, but when he does, it's quite a show. So let's see what Price Hike is all about. I can't wait. Like I said, it's been months. I've been waiting. And this start screen already says it all. It says, we're growing the economy from the middle out and the bottom up, lowering costs for hardworking families and making smart investments in America. That's Bidenomics. Joe Biden. Sure, that's what he's doing. That's not what we're feeling. I'm sure that's what Samson's going to talk about. So let's get into this one. Price hike.
I made a little money off of rap, but not enough to make me rich, yet I'm still backpacking. I made a little money off of rap, but not enough to make me rich, I'm in the same tax bracket. I made a little money off of rap, but not enough to make me rich, I mean it too. I just say that to say that I'm still down here in the real world, feeling everything with you, and I'm fucking pissed. I got a big bone to pick with all these motherfucking activists, all these rappers and actors and notable figures that act like they know how bad this shit is.
See, Samson isn't afraid to tell it like it is. He's not happy, and he's letting you know he's not happy. So he made a little money doing rap, but now you have to move him into a different tax bracket. And he's sick of all the celebrities saying how wonderful everything is.
All these rappers and actors and notable figures that act like they know how bad this shit is. I love being lectured and ridiculed about the fact that I don't have an electric vehicle. Tweeting about
You're telling you need an electric vehicle. Saying you're destroying the earth if you don't spend $100,000 on a new electric vehicle that you can't afford. Not even going to where the batteries are made in China and all that stuff.
All these rappers and actors and notable figures that act like they know how bad this shit is. I love being lectured and ridiculed about the fact that I don't have an electric vehicle. Tweeting about climate change from your private plane while I pay an arm and leg to get some fuel.
Yeah. Tweet about climate change, flying high in your private plane while we're down here struggling to pay for fuel.
This shit is. I love being lectured and ridiculed about the fact that I don't have an electric vehicle. Tweeting about climate change from your private plane while I pay an arm and leg to get some fuel. Thank God my car doesn't take premium. I'd have to get a second job just to break even. Then they cranked it up $3 and brought it down $2, and I'm supposed to be happy and act like I'm proud of you.
Yeah. The price went ridiculously high for gas all over the country. And then it came down a little bit, and they're saying, look how cheap gas is. Yeah. It's still close to double what it was before Biden got in a lot of places. It's crazy. And it's not Putin. It's not inflation. It's because of Joe's policies and shutting down all the pipelines and all that stuff. That's why gas is higher. It's all his fault. And he knows it's his fault. Well, his people know it's his fault. I don't think he knows anything anymore. Anyway, let's see what Samson has to say about it.
Break even, then they cranked it up $3 and brought it down $2, and I'm supposed to be happy and act like I'm proud of you. And to add to injury, I got Kamala telling me I need to go electric and I have to act quick, and all it's gonna cost me is $50,000. Well, guess what? I don't have that, bitch. And even if I did, I would buy a big truck just to rub it in your face because I don't give a fuck.
Tell it, Samson. Tell him. Kamala says we need to buy an electric vehicle. He says, if I had 50 grand, I'd buy a big truck just to rub it in your face. I love Samson tells the truth. He does it in a funny way. it's hilarious, but it's true. You're laughing at the pain this country's going through. That's part of what it is. You have to laugh so you don't cry sometimes.
That bitch. And even if I did, I would buy a big truck just to rub it in your face because I don't give a fuck. I would put a big smokestack on the top of it and blow black smoke every time I open throttle it. And it's
Put a big smokestack on top so it releases black smoke every time it hits the throttle. Oh, Samson, that might be a little too far, but I love it.
a fuck. I would put a big smokestack on the top of it and blow black smoke every time I open throttle it. And it's not because I hate the climate, it's because I don't trust you or the things you wish me to do. I would cut the floor out of the bottom of my car and start running like the Flintstones before I listen to you.
Yeah. I'd cut the floor out and start flintstoning it before I listen to you. Yeah, that's the truth. We don't need to be listening to them. They don't know what's right for this country. If they do, they're telling us to do the exact opposite of what is right.
I would cut the floor out of the bottom of my car and start running like the Flintstones before I listen to you. I hate when people tell me they would rather not talk about it because they don't like to get political. I cannot afford supply shortages and high mortgages. It's not politics. All this shit is literal. That's money draining out of your bank account to make it work.
Yeah. People say they don't want to talk about politics, but these policies are destroying lots of lives and destroying this country. Something has to be done. We can't just pretend like everything's fine.
High mortgages, it's not politics. All this shit is literal. That's money draining out of your bank account to make it work. To the point that it breaks you down and makes you hurt. Paying insane amounts taken out of your savings. They promised that they were gonna save you. How? They made it worse. We should be a flourishing nation, not a country with soaring inflation.
Oh, wow. Yep, there's a bar there. We should be a flourishing nation, not a country with soaring inflation. Wow, Samson.
They made it worse. We should be a flourishing nation, not a country with soaring inflation. There's nothing more infuriating than the fact that nobody takes blame for this poor demonstration. Like, what? It just happened like that? Nothing to do with your administration. You blamed it on Putin and called it his price hike.
Yep. They're all saying it's not our fault. Putin did it. Or Trump did it, or 10 presidents ago did it. They aren't taking blame for anything.
Like that, nothing to do with your administration. You blamed it on Putin and called it his price hike, but shit was going up way before the invasion. Now how does that work? Really, I'm baffled, sick of being treated like a stupid blind asshole. Next thing I know, I'm gonna turn on CNN and they'll be trying to tell everybody that Putin time traveled. Wouldn't put it past them.
We try to tell everybody that Putin time traveled, just so they can blame it on him. Because, yeah, all this fuel prices, like I said, went up the day that Biden took office and cut out the Keystone Pipeline and a bunch of other green-friendly initiatives that are just destroying the fuel price. It keeps going up and up. And then sapping our reserves, our petroleum reserves, using them just to lower the price a few cents, and then not filling the reserves back up. They're doing everything they can just to destroy this country. It's just totally backwards, like he says.
Now how does that work? Really, I'm baffled, sick of being treated like a stupid blind asshole. Next thing I know, I'm gonna turn on CNN and they'll be trying to tell everybody that Putin time traveled. Wouldn't put it past them. Crooked little rats, so easily and spineless, always looking for a snack, searching for the next reputation to tear apart and trash when the views that you have and theirs aren't exact. They feed you bullshit and expect you to eat it, then they read you bullshit and expect you to believe it, like everything that you witnessed isn't for certain or real, and you're just supposed to forget all your personal experiences.
Yep. You're supposed to believe what they say. Like she said, just forget about all your personal experiences. Just shut up and listen. Don't speak up about it. Don't argue with it. Just do as they say. And that's what they call a dictatorship.
Like everything that you witnessed isn't for certain or real, and you're just supposed to forget all your personal experiences. Like all the money that you spent, you still have the shit. You didn't really spend any of it, you just imagined it. All the cash that you wasted on behalf of this inflation didn't happen. It's just a figment of your imagination, and it's all gone.
Wow. To be continued. That was crazy, Samson. Price hike. Incredible. It says there, click the link to help support. Go support Samson. His music, like I said, while he doesn't have whole albums full of music, when he releases something every few months, it's something everyone needs to hear. It's full of truth, usually in a sarcastic, humorous way, which I think is why I love it. Incredible. Samson and price hike. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Until next time, this is River City Reactor. Goodbye.